We're trying to solve the angle of elevation for the ladder that wraps around a cylindrical water tower. So this is a cylinder, so this ladder or staircase is going to wrap around the outside of this cylinder. Now it's important to understand that this is not a two-dimensional object. So we can't just sit there and make this a triangle and say that this is the angle of elevation. Okay, but so this radius here is 7 meters. And this is 10 meters high. But the problem is, again, this is in 3 dimensions, and we can only do trig in 2 dimensions. So what do we need to do here? Well, how do I figure out how to show this outside surface in 2 dimensions? Well, I need to flatten it out. Okay, so if I flatten it out, I end up with the height still being the same, so I have 10 meters of height. But now this length here, and I'm just going to draw this staircase in here. There is my angle in 2 dimensions. So that's the angle that I'm looking for. What's missing though is I need to find the base length here. And that base length is going to be based on the circumference of this circle. That's how we get the edge, this edge length here. And the circumference of that circle is going to be 2 times pi times r. Okay, so in this case, the radius is 7 meters, and so we end up with 14 pi meters. Now it's better if you use a pi. However, if you are more comfortable with using the decimal value is worthwhile in that it gives us the approximate length. So the decimal value is 43.98 meters. Okay, so the vertical is about 1/4 the length of this horizontal piece. Okay. So we have 2 sides, the vertical piece or opposite side and the horizontal piece, which is the adjacent side. Really this is slope, so we're dealing with the tan ratio. So I'm going to write it out in this way. So tan of angle theta is equal to the opposite over the adjacent side. Okay. Now we're starting with the ratio, so we've got the shape from the side length. We need to convert it to an angle, so we need to then rewrite this in terms of the arctan, or the inverse function. So we're going to end up with 10 over 14 pi, and the arctan of that, when I work this out, it's going to be 12.81 degrees. Okay, and that looks about right. If this length is about 4 times longer than this one, this angle here that matches that ratio is going to be about 13 degrees.